Hello there, it's good to know that you're still in class for revision, and we have a very interesting question before us right now. The question says a man sells different brands of items. 1/9 of the items he has in the shop are brand A. 5/8 of the remainder are from brand B items. If the total number of brand C item in the man's shop is 81, how many more brand B item than brand C does the shop has? Okay, so when you see a question like this, it's good to read it the second time, try to understand the question, and then I will advise you you just break everything down from simple English into mathematics. Okay, so let's start. Let's understand now. Okay, the total numbers of items in the shop we don't know, so let's say total numbers of items in the shop, let's have it out. Okay, so total numbers of items we don't know, let's call it Y. Total number of items, let's call it Y. All right, so and then we are told that 1/9 of the item he has in the shop are brand A. So how we're gonna have brand A will be that we have been told already brand A item is 1/9 of the total items there. So what we're gonna do now is for us to just put it down in English. We had in English, put it in the mathematics now. 1/9 of, let's use of Y. Y here is what is the total item. Now let's change from that English. Now let's make it to be mathematics. Now we're going to change our of, just using board maths, right? We're going to change our of to times. Anyway, where we have the of, we bring in times multiplication of Y. Okay, let's still keep going, and that will give us 1/9 times Y. That will 1/1 times Y. That will give us Y over 9. Y over 9. Being able to know the number of items in brand A first, and now let us deal with the next one, because you're told 1/9 of the item he has in the shop are brand A. 5/8 of the remainder are from brand B item. So how we're going to have the brand B item is 5/8 of the remainder All right, so how are we going to do that? We're going to subtract. We need to have the remainder first, and having the remainder first, that will be us to subtract Y/9 from Y. So we have, let's have the remainder, so we're going to subtract first. Y will be minus Y/9 to have the remainder first. And if you take the LCM of this, okay, let me take that off. Taking the LCM of this, I'm also getting it right. So 1 comes into 9 is 9 times 9 times Y will give us 9Y. Good, 9Y, and then minus 9 comes into 9 1 times Y will give us Y. So 9Y minus Y, 9Y minus Y will give us 8Y. Okay, and then all over 9. So we have the remainder. This is the remainder. This is not brand B. This is the remainder. But we are told in the question that the real number of items in brand B is 5/8 of the remainder. Since we've got the remainder of this, so we bring in, there's no need to put the off again. Let's just use times 8Y over 9 of the remainder 5/8. Okay, so it cancels itself here. Oh no, that's not good. We had 8 here, right? Okay, so 8 will cancel itself here. How many times? 1 time, and 8 comes into 8Y. How many times is Y time? Okay, so it's Y is still left. So what we have here for brand B is 5Y, okay, all over 9. That's what we have for brand B. Now the question continues by saying, okay, if the total numbers of item, if the total number of brand C item in the man's shop is 81, how many more brand B item than brand C does the man have? So we need to know this. We're gonna add, for us to have brand C, to know what brand C is, we're gonna add this to this, and then we subtract it. We're gonna subtract it from the total number of items. So this is what we're gonna do. We add this. When we add this to this, we are now going to subtract it. So in that addition, what we're gonna have will be, let's open the bracket. When we add it up, it's a y over 9, y over 9. Okay, now minus y over 9 minus 5y over 9 as well. Okay, but to have the remainder, we say addition here, right? Yeah, so it's addition. We're gonna add it first. When we add it first, so we are going to subtract it from the total numbers of item. Okay, with this, if we expand this bracket, or if you expand this bracket now, minus here multiply y over 9, you're gonna have it as minus y over 9. Okay, minus multiply this, you're gonna have this side also as 5y all over 9 as well, 5y all over 9 as well. And if we take the LCM to solve this out, what you're going to have left will be 3y all over 9. And if we continue solving it, 3 will cancel itself one time, and then to come into 9 3 times. So what we have here now will be y all over 3. Okay, but now we are told if the total numbers of brand C items in the man's shop is 81. So having known the brand C, the total, we are told is that it is 81. That will help us in finding our, okay, let's use the upper part here. That will help us in finding our y. Okay, and then so we are told that if the total items, remember C, brand C is equal to y all over 3, and then we are told that it is equal to 81. So if it is equal to 81, we're going to cross and multiply. If we cross and multiply, crossing and multiplying, what we are going to have as our y, we're going to say that y here will now be equal to 3 times 81. That will give us 243. Okay, so we have our y as 243. Okay, and then the question is, how many more brand B has than brand C? So we need to know brand B now. How do we know brand B? Brand B, we know it's as 5y over 9. Okay, so let's do this. We know brand B as 5y all over 9. Okay, so anywhere we see y now, we're going to substitute it with 243. So we now say 5 times the y there is this 243 that we have here. 5 times 243. Okay, all over 9. All right, if we punch it out, what are we going to have? Punch it out in a calculator. So that will give us 5 times 243. This is 4, please. Yeah, that will give us 1,215. 1,215. Okay, then all over 9. If we go ahead to divide this, what we are going to have as our answer will be 135. that will be the total numbers of item in brand B. And the question is, how many more brand B item than brand C does the shop have? So we know brand C item as equal to 81 according to the question, and to know this, what we are simply going to do will be for us to subtract 181 from 135. So we have 135 that happen to be the total number of item in brand B minus the total number of item in brand C according to the question. And when we do this, we're gonna have, and of course the answer there is 54. So checking in our question, C is the correct answer. All right, so seeing a question like this, just break everything down into simple English. We were not given the total number of items in the shop. We call it to be Y, and they have 3 different brands here. Okay, so brand A is 1/9 of the items, so we had 1/9 of the total item, that was 9. Solving this out, we had it as brand A equal to Y/9, and then we were told that for that other brand, then as shop, okay, now 5/8 of the remainder are from brand C. Okay, now we needed to know the remainder first. How do we know the remainder? The total of brand A subtracted from the overall total in the shop. Now subtracting this, we had it to be 8Y/9. Since we now see that it is 5/8 of this 8Y/9, so when we put it into mathematics, now we solve it out, we had it as 5Y/9. That was the total item, and then we are now told that brand C is the remainder of all the items. So to have it as a remainder, we need to add the total number in brand A plus total number in brand B is subtracted from the total number in the shop. So when we added this up and subtracted it here, all we had was Y equals to 3 as a fraction. That's items for brand C. But we are given brand C as 81 according to the equation here. This is it. We're given brand C as 81. So we equate it with what we had here, Y/3, and we cross to multiply. We cross and multiply, our Y equal to 243. So we had Y. So since we wanted to know how many items more does brand B have than brand C, so we end from here, from brand B, that we had 5Y/9. We substituted the Y that we had, 243, and we substituted it. We multiply 5 times 243. We had 1,215 divided by 9 gave us 135. This was our Y equal to this. All right, since we had our Y equal to that, and then we can put it and then we go ahead to solve it. We have it as 100. This is our B, rather, not just Y. This was our B finally that we solved for here, because we substituted Y, so it was for B, not Y, sorry. This was B. Our B equal to, sorry, not Y. We already know Y was this, so this was B now. So no numbers of item B has more than this. We subtract C from B, and we had it as 54, which was option option C. That was correct. So don't be intimidated with the story. Just go ahead and break it down to your own understanding and get to work to solve it. I know you're good and you have it correct. All right, so that will be the end for this class. I'll catch you in the next class. Bye.